From old battlefields absolutely drenched in blood, to entire city districts whose streets are prowled by the paranormal, mystery, terror, and an abundance of fascinating history are lurking below the tall reeds of the bluegrass state, which is why the Speakeasy is bringing you our picks for the most haunted places in Kentucky, starting with Number 10, Western Kentucky University. Western Kentucky University in Bowling Green was founded in 1906 and is known for numerous hauntings across campus, making it the perfect place to kick off this countdown. Pierce Ford Tower is haunted by a student who fell down an elevator shaft. The young man was on his way back from a shower, and his spirit is seen forever roaming the halls in a towel. The apparition of a woman named Casparella by staff and students is seen and felt throughout Potter Hall. She is believed to be the spirit of a woman who hung herself in the basement in the 1970s. Several students have even tried to communicate with her using a Ouija board, often resulting in terrifying noises, rattling drawers, objects moving on their own, and students being pestered by her spirit. Throughout campus, multiple people have reported extreme cold spots, terrifying shadow figures, and the feeling of being watched. Number 9, Shaker Village at Pleasant Hill. Shaker Village at Pleasant Hill was a religious community near the town of Harrodsburg, active from 1805 through 1910. The area is a well-known haunted hotspot, with staff and visitors reporting numerous full-bodied apparitions, all varying in age and appearance. Local legend states it may be some sort of mecca for the supernatural, and there have been some crazy speculations as to why. Multiple investigations have resulted in high EMF levels, orbs in photographs, and random cold spots throughout the area. Several have reported a feeling of heaviness in the chest, breath on the back of their neck, and the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. The most disturbing haunting is said to be experienced near the pond, where witnesses have heard the sounds of infants crying in the dark, even causing several to flee the area in terror. Number 8, the Perryville Battlefield. The Perryville Battlefield State Historic Site in Perryville was home to one of the bloodiest battles in American history, so it's no wonder many spirits still remain. The Battle of Perryville, also known as the Battle of Chaplain Hills, occurred in 1862 and resulted in more than 7,000 casualties. The site is comprised of many old structures, and guests and staff have reported activity throughout pretty much every one of them. Reports include orbs in photographs, disembodied bootsteps, the smell of tobacco smoke, and phantom musket fire at night. Several have reported full-bodied apparitions of ghostly soldiers in uniform marching about the grounds. The most famous reports stemming from the battlefield are that of unsuspecting guests who report sitting through what they think are reenactments, only to watch hundreds, maybe even thousands of men disappear into thin air. Number 7, the University of Kentucky. The University of Kentucky in Lexington was founded in 1865 and is the largest and possibly most haunted university in the state. Students and faculty have reported an overwhelming number of paranormal occurrences around campus, including light switches flicking on and off by themselves, odd and unexplainable noises coming from dark corners, and the feeling of being watched by pretty much everywhere. In the dorms, even fully charged cell phones are known to go dead within minutes. Other electronics are prone to frequent malfunctions, and appliances often act as if they have a mind of their own. In the library, shadowy figures are seen regularly, whispering softly as they slide in and out of the rows of books. Castle Hall is said to be plagued by a mysterious, dark figure that lurks in the shadows. It's been described as tall, intimidating, and worst of all, has glowing red eyes that pierce the soul. Number 6, Cave Hill Cemetery. Cave Hill Cemetery in Louisville was chartered in 1848 and is the final resting place for many famous figures, including Muhammad Ali and Colonel Sanders. Those brave enough to explore the cemetery, especially at night, report seeing full-bodied apparitions strolling between the headstones, the sounds of disembodied voices in the dark, and disturbing ghostly laughter. Many say that it's as if the spirits come out to socialize after dark, when activity hits its peak. Those brave enough to investigate at night report shadowy figures floating through the skies, ghostly lights among the graves, and an inexplicable panicked feeling. Orbs have been caught in many photographs and videos, and disembodied footsteps are often heard rushing up from behind. The most famous spirit here is that of Colonel Sanders himself, dressed in his trademark white suit. He has even been known to stop and chat with the living from time to time. Number 5. The Kentucky State Capitol. The Kentucky State Capitol building in Frankfort was built in 1905 and took 4 years to complete. Multiple full-bodied apparitions dressed in clothing from different eras have been seen throughout the halls, some completely unaware of the living. These spirits are blamed for lights turning on and off, doors opening and closing on their own, and random extreme cold spots. Several have reported footsteps when no one is around, objects moving, and strange noises. The most famous spirit seen here is a soldier in full uniform. He is said to walk the halls in a guarded stance with a stern look on his face. Number 4. The Doe Run Inn. Originally built as Stevenson's Mill, construction on the taller section began in 1780 and took 10 years to complete, with the smaller part being added in the early 1800s. The mill was turned into a barn for several years before being bought as a hotel in 1901 and renamed the Doe Run Inn in 1958. The building is believed to be haunted by a singular entity. It is said to be a man who is friendly but can be a handful at times. This is because he passes his time by playing pranks on the living. He has been known to hide guests' personal possessions, cause entire rooms to go dark, and is most commonly seen on the stairway. If you happen to take a seat anywhere inside of the house, be wary. His favorite prank to play is to tie unsuspecting victims' shoelaces together, then wait for them to stand and lose their footing. Number 3. The Kentucky State Penitentiary. The Kentucky State Penitentiary in Eddyville was completed in 1886 and opened its doors to its first inmates in 1889. The penitentiary is situated on the Cumberland River and, due to its location and appearance, has been dubbed the Castle on the Cumberland. The prison prided itself on keeping prisoners as segregated as possible, wreaking extreme mental havoc on them, and it's said that many of their souls still linger. Guards and inmates throughout the years have reported terrifying happenings, such as the disembodied sounds of riots in empty halls, tortured screams from unoccupied cells, and even getting shoved by what feels like invisible hands. On multiple occasions, eyewitnesses have described ghostly prisoners in long-lost uniforms seen in the belly of the building and in work areas such as the kitchen and laundry room. Also reported is what looks like the shadowy apparition of a sheriff donning the traditional sheriff's hat. Not much is known about him, but all other paranormal happenings seem to instantly disperse when he enters a room. Number 2. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville opened its doors in 1909 to accommodate the tuberculosis outbreak and has been featured in numerous movies, television shows, and publications throughout history. Many met gruesome ends here, so it's no wonder more than a few restless souls still remain. Those brave enough to explore its ominous halls have reported a host of paranormal occurrences, including extremely high EMF levels, ghostly smoke appearing from nowhere, and loud banging sounds. Several have reported ghostly wheelchairs rolling throughout the halls and faces popping up suddenly in reflections. The most disturbing reports are those entailing translucent doctors, nurses, and rotting patients stalking the grounds at night. The spirits here have been known to get hostile with the living, even shoving and hitting them, so if you go exploring, take extreme caution. Number 1. The Beast of the Land Between the Lakes. First place on our list for Kentucky is a bit unique this time, as it's not an actual specific location, but rather multiple rural locations throughout Kentucky and parts of Tennessee. A mysterious and reportedly dangerous creature stalks the forests, namely between Lake Barkley and Kentucky Lake, known only as the Beast of the Land Between the Lakes. This creature has been seen so commonly throughout the years that it's risen to the ranks of other famous cryptids, such as the Jersey Devil or even Bigfoot. It's described as a wolf-like creature with the dark torso of a man and has been sighted running on all fours and walking upright on 2 legs. When it's upright, many report it stands as much as 8 feet tall. But why include this thing on our list of hauntings, you ask? As local legend goes, the beast may actually be the spirit of a Native American shapeshifter who was killed mid-transformation between man and wolf. If this is the case, then the spirit would know the entire area as his home, being one with nature. Many have speculated that this is why he is able to appear in various places seemingly instantly. Out of all of our number ones, this one is a bit different in that we also highly recommend you don't go trying to find this creature. Throughout the years, it has been responsible for property damage, scratches, bites, and even been linked to several deaths. With the overwhelming number of reports of this mysterious and dangerous creature, and the fact that it seems capable of causing physical harm, it's no wonder we chose the beast of the land between the lakes as our pick for the number one haunting in Kentucky. There you have it. Those were our picks for the most haunted places in Kentucky. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click the like button down below, and share it with all of your friends. There's plenty more to come. Until next time.